Welcome to week 16 with Mrs. Bibb, Algebra 1 Honors. This week we're going to continue multiplying polynomials. Please fill in your table of contents. Complete your warm-up. There's a part 1 and a part 2 this week, not separate days, but a part 1 and a part 2. You'll need a sheet of paper to do these problems. I don't think there's very many, 19 through 24. And we will start. This is page 63 in your notebook. To multiply, we're going to distribute. I'll show you two ways that you can do it, and it's completely up to you. You can do like we began the last problems, and you can distribute x to x squared plus x minus 1, and then distribute negative 2 to x squared plus x minus 1. I think that helps some students organize their thoughts and know what they need to do. X times the trinomial x squared plus x minus 1, and then negative 2 times the trinomial x squared plus x minus 1. Then you distribute your x to each of these. X times x squared is x cubed. 1 plus 2 is 3. X times x is x squared because 1 plus 1 is 2. X times negative 1 is negative 1x. Negative 2 times x squared is negative 2x squared. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 1 is positive 2. Then you combine like terms, and I go in descending order. My largest is x cubed. There's nothing to combine with that. Next I have x squared. There's two of them. Positive 1x squared minus 2x squared is negative 1x squared. Negative x minus 2x is negative 3x. And then nothing to combine with positive 2, so you bring that down. That's one way you can show your work. It's not too difficult. It's totally up to you. The second way is sort of like the whole FOIL method, except I'm not really doing FOIL. I'm just showing that I'm distributing. So you're welcome to do this way as well. Pick whichever way you like best, and just make sure to show your work. 2 times 3a squared is 6a squared. 2 times 3a is 6a. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. A times 3a squared, negative a times 3a squared is going to be negative 3a cubed. Negative a times positive 3a is going to be negative a times positive 3 is negative 3a squared. Negative a times negative 3 is positive 3a. And now I'm going to combine like terms. Starting in descending order, largest exponent is negative 3a cubed. That's taken care of. Next I have 6a squared minus 3a squared, and that's minus 3a squared. Next is positive 6a and positive 3a, so that's positive 9a, and then negative 10. For number 21, I believe I'm going to do it the way I did number 19. I'm going to use the distributive property. I'm going to distribute h times h squared minus h minus 1. Then I'm going to distribute positive 1 to that same trinomial. I'm going to show my work down here. H times the quantity h squared minus h minus 1 plus 1 times the quantity h squared minus h minus 1. Distribute h times h squared is h cubed. H times negative h is negative 2h squared. H times negative 1 is negative h. Positive 1 times h squared is positive h squared. Positive 1 times negative h is negative h. Positive 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. Combine like terms. Nothing to go with your h cubed. Nothing to go with negative 2h squared. I'm so sorry, yes. Negative 2h squared plus h squared is going to be negative 1h squared. A negative h and a negative h, when I put them together, negative 1h plus negative 1h is negative 2h, and then minus 1. Next, there are some more examples. Why don't you try these? I'll do them. I think I can make them move quickly. I'll do them, and then we'll compare answers. That's the answer to number 22. Now I'm going to move on to 23, and I'm going to put 23 down here. I'm going to distribute just like I did. I'm going to show you that you can actually distribute in the order that they're written in, or you can flip it around. It's completely up to you. When I distribute the order that they're written in, then I'm going to distribute like this. 3n squared times 2n plus 1. 2n times 2n plus 1. Negative 5 times 2n plus 1. If you don't like that, though, you are welcome to actually switch the order, because remember, multiplication is commutative. So you may switch the order, and it does not change your answer, and distribute that way. So I'm going to do 3n squared times 2n plus 1, positive 2n times 2n plus 1, negative 5 times 2n plus 1. Now I'll distribute each of those monomials that I'm multiplying by the binomial. Quickly, let me review. Monomial, one term. Binomial, two terms separated by a plus sign. Monomial, one term separated by multiplication. Two terms separated by a plus sign. Monomial, one term. Two terms separated by a plus sign. Trinomial, three terms separated by two signs, no matter what they are. This is also a binomial, two terms separated by a subtraction sign. So you need to be familiar with those terms. Monomials, binomials, all of these are binomials, and trinomials. Trinomial here, here, and that's it. And then this is considered a polynomial. More than one term is a polynomial. And then I gave you the specific names for monomial, binomial, and trinomial. Okay, distribute 3n squared times 2n. 3 times 2 is 6. N squared times n. Add your exponents. 2 plus 1 is n to the third. 3n squared times 1 is positive 3n squared. 2n times 2n. 2 times 2 is 4, positive 4. N times n is n squared. 2n times 1 is positive 2n. Negative 5 times 2n is negative 10n. Negative 5 times 1 is negative 5. Combine like terms. Nothing to go with 6n cubed. 3n squared and 4n squared is 7n squared, positive. 2n and negative 10n is negative 8n. And then we have a negative 5 on the end. Sometimes I make silly mistakes with these, so let me know if you see any silly mistakes, because it does happen. I'll do the same thing for the next one. I'm going to distribute 2p squared to 3p, to 3p minus 1, I should say. I'm going to distribute p to 3p minus 1 and negative 3 to 3p minus 1. So you do not have to switch the order to do those. And actually, I don't mind the trinomial being first, because if you noticed, all the like terms were grouped together if the trinomial is first. So that makes it convenient to do that problem. I'll do number 24 right underneath it since I'll have space there. Okay, for 24, I'm going to do 2p squared times the quantity 3p minus 1, positive p times the quantity 3p minus 1, negative 3 times the quantity 3p minus 1. Distribute 2p squared times 3p is 6p to the third. 2p squared times negative 1 is negative 2p squared. P times 3p is positive 3p squared. P times negative 1 is negative p. Negative 3 times 3p is negative 9p. Negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 3. Combine like terms. 6p cubed. Negative 2p squared and positive 3p squared would be positive 1p squared. Negative p and negative 9p would be negative 10p and positive 3. That's the answer to number 24. If you will please complete your weekly practice, turn that in. It's in your textbook. Check the answers in the back of the book. We'll have an assessment. There's your checklist of what you should be doing and the answers that you need to check. Have a wonderful day. If you need any help, please reach out. I'd be happy to help you.